Don't forget to subscribe!
Hello, and welcome back to the review of Sonic X. This time, we're on Season 2, so this is our review of Sonic Adventure Stories. Let's kick things off with the plot and backstories of Tikal, Chaos, and Project Shadow, since Black didn't actually exist. The Chaos Saga is an adaptation of Sonic Adventure. 6 months after the second Chaos Control, Eggman learns the legend of Chaos, the god of destruction, who was sealed in the Master Emerald 4,000 years ago. Eggman blasted the Master Emerald to set Chaos free, so he could utilize its potential powers to achieve world domination, and to Sonic and his friend's shock, Chaos grew more powerful and every time he is fed a Chaos Emerald. While Sonic and his friends attempt to collect each Chaos Emerald they can to prevent Chaos from growing stronger, Knuckles began to discover the history of his own tribe of echidnas that lived on Angel Island, as he found the pieces of the Master Emerald since it was shattered when Dr. Eggman awakened Chaos. Eventually, Chaos betrayed Eggman, wanting the 7 Chaos Emeralds for its own purposes, and began to destroy and flood Station Square by assuming the form of perfect chaos. Tikal appeared, wanting to stop Chaos from destroying the world like it did several millennia ago, so Sonic harnessed the Chaos Emeralds that Chaos discarded to transform into Super Sonic. Not knowing that the Chaos Emeralds were not completely drained of its powers and defeated Chaos, calmed down by the several appearance of several Chow, Chaos is sealed back in the Master Emerald with Tikal. Oh, I guess it's my turn! The Shadow Saga is an adaptation of Sonic Adventure 2. Following the Chaos incident, Eggman discovers the works of his grandfather Gerald Robotnik, including Project Shadow, which led to the Doctor awakening Shadow the Hedgehog. Authorities mistook Shadow as Sonic as a fugitive for various crimes, as well as allying with Eggman. As an act of revenge for the death of his close friend Maria, Shadow wanted to destroy the humans and tells Eggman about a powerful weapon called the Eclipse Cannon in order to threaten the world. It needed the power of the Chaos Emerald, so Shadow, Eggman, and mysteriously Rouge went to gather the Chaos Emeralds. Although the trio collected 6 of the emeralds, Eggman demonstrated the Eclipse Cannon's power by blowing half of the moon. Seeing that the source of the weapon and the emeralds are up in Space Colony Arc, Sonic and his friends traveled there to stop Eggman from achieving his goals. Big found the purple Chaos Emerald in the episode, while in Sonic Adventure he found the yellow one. And he already possessed the Chaos Emerald prior to the game's events, while in the episode, he just discovers the emerald. Gamma is first seen along with his fellow E100 series brothers aboard the egg carrier in this episode, while in Sonic Adventure, Gamma is seen only. He doesn't do a target practice stage with his brothers as well as in Sonic Adventure. Sonic and Knuckles fought Chaos 2 in the streets of Station Square in episode 27, while Knuckles fought Chaos 2 in Casinopolis all alone. Sonic fought Chaos Zero in the streets of Station Square in Sonic Adventure alone, whereas he didn't fight Chaos in its Chaos Zero form of the episode. In Sonic Adventure, the first 2 Chaos Emeralds Chaos Zero absorbed were the purple and white ones, while in the episode, the first 2 it absorbed were the yellow and red ones. Eggman already possessed an emerald in this episode. In Sonic Adventure, he did not. Tails was not present during Chaos transformation into Chaos 1 in the episode as he was in Sonic Adventure. In this episode, Chaos 1 is fought and its abilities are punching and extending its arms, but in Sonic Adventure, it is not fought, and its abilities remain unknown to this day. As for the next episode, Tails found the green emerald in the episode, but in Sonic Adventure, he found the purple emerald. Knuckles was not present in the fight with Chaos 4 with Sonic and Tails in the episode as he was in Sonic Adventure. Lily calls the cyan bird Lily, but in Sonic Adventure, she simply calls it Birdie. Zero Cat kidnaps Amy immediately, but in Sonic Adventure, she escapes from him, and then later she gets kidnapped by him. Eggman fought in his Egg Hornet in Windy Valley in the episode, but in Sonic Adventure, he fought Sonic and Tails outside Tails' workshop in the Mystic Ruins. The Chaos Emerald Sonic and Tails find in Windy Valley was turquoise in the episode, but in Sonic Adventure they found the blue emerald. Eggman ambushed Sonic and Tails right after they obtained the turquoise emerald, but in Sonic Adventure he waited until they dropped their Chaos Emeralds during a fight with Knuckles, who was tricked by Eggman. Chaos 2 absorbs the green and cyan Chaos Emeralds to become Chaos 4 in this episode, but in Sonic Adventure it absorbs the green and blue Chaos Emeralds instead. Tails' dream of Sonic has them fighting Eggman's robot instead of depicting their first meeting. Tails and Sonic were split up after the battle with the egg carrier like they were in Sonic Adventure. For differences from Sonic Adventure in episode 29, Knuckles arrived at the egg carrier in the episode with Sonic and Tails on the X-Tornado, while in Sonic Adventure, he followed Gamma to the egg carrier. As Gamma blasted the cell door to create a large enough hole for Amy to escape them, in the game, he merely deactivates the lock. Eggman transforms the egg carrier before Sonic and Tails board the ship instead of after in the game. The X-Tornado explodes when it lands on the egg carrier, but the Tornado 2 just electrocutes itself. In the game, after E102 Gamma found Froggy, he got teleported to the past by Tikal. This does not occur in this episode. In episode 30, there's differences from Sonic Adventure in this one. Amy stopped Sonic from harming Gamma by standing in front of Gamma in the episode, while in Sonic Adventure, she simply pleaded to Sonic without the former action. Big was trapped inside Chaos in the episode, while in Sonic Adventure he wasn't. In the episode, the missile was said to automatically detonate in 2 minutes, while in Sonic Adventure, Eggman had to manually detonate the missile himself. In addition, Eggman did not fight Tails in the episode. Parts of the egg carrier are not missing when the egg carrier is damaged, and more explosions are seen. In Sonic Adventure, the egg carrier shakes, but does not lose altitude outside of cutscenes. However, in the episode, the ship is seen losing altitude. In the episode, Lily had the blue Chaos Emerald, but in Sonic Adventure, she had the turquoise emerald. In Sonic Adventure, Sonic damages the egg carrier, but in the episode, Gamma damages the egg carrier. In Sonic Adventure, Chaos 4 absorbs the cyan and yellow Chaos Emeralds to become Chaos 6, but in the episode, he just uses the blue and purple Chaos Emeralds. Chaos 6 is not shattered into pieces when Sonic defeats it. Similarly, in Sonic Adventure, Sonic and Knuckles fought Chaos 6 individually, but in the episode, they fight it together. Sonic does not transform the egg carrier back to its original form in the episode as he did in the game. This episode, Revenge of the Robot, is a huge tearjerker for Natalie, so please, grab your tissues, and as I'll explain the differences from Sonic Adventure. In the episode, Sonic fights the Egg Viper on a grounded platform, while in Sonic Adventure he fought the Egg Viper on platforms over a seemingly bottomless pit. Eggman's words towards Sonic are also much more aggressive and personal in the episode. In Sonic Adventure, E105 Zeta has turrets attached to him, but in the episode he does not. Similarly, Gamma shoots missiles at E105 Zeta, causing his head to explode in Sonic Adventure. But in the episode he just deactivates him. This also applies to E103 Delta and E104 Epsilon. In Sonic Adventure, Amy destroys Zero, causing him to explode, while in the episode she only knocked him out in one swing of her hammer before fleeing. In Sonic Adventure, Gamma and Beta fight outside of the egg carrier, while in the episode they fight inside the ship. Unlike Sonic Adventure, Amy sees Gamma being destroyed. For Flood Flight, in Sonic Adventure, both Eggman and Knuckles were attacked by Chaos, while in the episode only Eggman is attacked and Knuckles finds him unconscious from the attack. In the episode, Lily and her siblings are seen with Amy, while in Sonic Adventure only the pink bird that emerged from Gamma appears. In the episode, the egg carrier 2 explodes while in the air, whereas in Sonic Adventure it crashes into the Station Square ruins before it explodes. In Sonic Adventure, the last Chaos Emerald is a red emerald located at the Tornado 2, while in the episode, the last emerald is the light one in Chris's possession. In the episode, Sonic and Knuckles travel to the past, while in Sonic Adventure, only Sonic travels. Unlike Sonic Adventure, Sonic attacks Perfect Chaos before he transforms into Super Sonic. At the end of the episode, Sonic does not leave his friends to go on another adventure like he did at the ending of Sonic Adventure. But either way, since Chaos gained into his final form and Eggman was sent blasting off again, Station Square was in danger of being flooded with water, so...
Ah, spoiler alert!
A bright light blinds Chaos and the X-Tornado's passengers as the X-Tornado lands on a piece of highway by the light. The light reveals itself as Tikal, who has arrived from the past, who also wishes to stop the water monstrosity. Sonic suspects that Eggman is initially somehow figuring out a way to revive Chaos so that he can use it to take over the world. Perfect Chaos then spits out the Chaos Emeralds, now drained of their power. Tikal states that Perfect Chaos is only full of hatred and sadness and suggests sealing him back into the Master Emerald before it's too late. But Sonic replies that it will not work, explaining that if they do that, the same thing will happen again and they solve the problem once and for all. Tails, Amy, Cream, Knuckles, Chris, Fig, and Eggman find the Chaos Emeralds and meet up with Sonic. The crowd cheers the Blue Hedgehog on. Suddenly, the Chaos Emeralds started to glow and rise up. Their powers transformed Sonic into Supersonic, much to the surprise of Tikal, who thought that the Emeralds could only be awakened by hate and anger. Knuckles and Tails reply that there are other more powerful feelings such as caring and friendship. With his new powers, Supersonic proceeds to fight with Perfect Chaos. Underestimating Supersonic, Perfect Chaos tries to defend itself with a shield, but Supersonic shatters it. Perfect Chaos then tries using its water tentacles, but they shatter against Supersonic in a super spin attack like ice. Growing desperate, Perfect Chaos tries its laser breath, but when Supersonic easily dodges it, Perfect Chaos turns it on Chris and the others. Supersonic arrives to the scene and blocks the laser from harming his friends, which only provokes him into redoubling his attacks. With one final punch with stopping the laser and charging it into Perfect Chaos by plunging right down its throat, making it swallow its own attack. Supersonic defeats the water monstrosity for good, but Chaos Zero emerges from a puddle. He is not defeated entirely yet and is still alive. A child colony arrives, much in the favor of Chaos, and Tikal tells Chaos the truth that the child are living on Earth at peace before they both disappear together. While the heroes are happy with the resolution, they realize that Dr. Eggman has left the scene and the building. Before we get on to the Shadow Saga, we'll be going over the characters and personalities of both arcs. Let's go! For Beta, he lacks in overall autonomy, but he possesses a degree of emotional capacity. Beta was best defined by its loyalty to Dr. Eggman, whom it only had to serve as per its directive. As such, it follows Eggman's orders without question. However, it is also shown to fear Eggman's wrath. Beta is not always bright, but because it was easily believing the first frog it found to be the one Eggman is looking for. Unlike most of Eggman's other E-Series robots, Gamma developed a mind of its own and a degree of emotional capacity, being capable of being frightened and disturbed. However, when Amy came into Gamma's life, it became to understand what's right and wrong. So it no longer thought of Eggman as its master, and decided to save its brethren by shutting them down and freeing the animals that were held hostage inside of them. After a long battle with Beta, he had the power to sacrifice himself. I did break down in tears when Gamma sacrificed himself because he actually died a hero.
Why?
Which one of you is crying?
Chaos is a primarily gentle and loving creature who deeply cares for the child that it protects. However, it has a bad temper, also known as a short fuse. After seeing its precincts being invaded by the Echidna tribe, Chaos had become filled with anger and sadness. Its anger and sadness was compared to the X character from Shogokara. Tikal is gentle, fair-hearted, and kind, as well as compassionate to those who are around her, and she's willing to put her own well-being on the line to keep needless harm from befalling the innocent. Pachacamac was shown to be a cruel, power-hungry, and greedy warmonger and would justify his acts of war by claiming it was for the good of his clan. He has little fatherly love towards Tikal, willing to order his warriors to trample over her and get what he wanted. Before he died, he was shocked to see Chaos before the Chaos Emeralds. Zero is very robotic, lacking completely in a fleshed-out personality. It rarely speaks, and when it does, it is in a very robotic and monotone manner. Regardless, it is persistent. Like her most species of flickies, Lily can only speak in a language consisting of chirps and tweets. While recognized as animal life, Lily is remarkably intelligent and sociable, being capable of understanding normal language and displaying striking insight. Gerald was a good man and a profound humanitarian, very much the opposite of his psychotic grandson Eggman. He was devoted to using his intellect to help mankind and bring him happiness and hope through the power of science. After Maria was killed, he went insane and was a rage-filled psychopath, and he hated humans and was obsessed with revenge by committing global genocide. Even in his final hours, all Gerald had to express was his contempt for humanity, and thus he died a broken man. Maria is very peaceful and optimistic, but despite her condition, she was not dissuaded from living her life and looking forward to the future in the hopes that she would recover and experience what the world had to offer. Maria was also a non-vindictive, very kind individual who always thought about others before herself. The Bio-Lizard was more of a mindless beast rather than a sapient being. Highly aggressive and hostile, it was seemingly driven by the singular instinct to ensure that Gerald's doomsday program was carried out successfully, seemingly to extend that it would sacrifice its life for the cause. Now with the characters from both arcs out of the way, let's get on to the differences of the Shadow Saga and Sonic Adventure 2. There is only one difference in episode 33. In the scene where Knuckles and Rouge fight over the Master Emerald was stolen by Rouge instead of being shattered by Knuckles in the episode. Also, Eggman was absent from the scene, as if he was never involved in it from the first place. For episode 34, Shadow stole the Green Chaos Emerald in the National Museum of Art, while in Sonic Adventure 2 he stole the emerald from the National Reserve Bank. Shadow did not fight, or at least directly attack Sonic during their first encounter with each other in the game. Rouge first met Dr. Eggman and Shadow at his pyramid base while in the episode while in Sonic Adventure 2, their meeting took place in Space Colony Arc. Sonic's prison cell in Sonic Adventure 2 was not located underwater. Sonic was being chased by a swarm of gun beetles instead of a giant truck in the episode. For episode 35, the differences from the game, Amy freed Sonic from his cell, while in the episode, Sonic eventually breaks free of the cell himself after Amy appeared. In the episode, where Sonic asks Amy to tell him where Shadow is, she asks in return if Sonic would finally take her out to do something fun, while in the game, she asks Sonic if she would marry her. Sonic escapes the prison cells while while in the game, Sonic escapes first without Amy in the game. In the episode, Shadow used Chaos Control with the Green Chaos Emerald to get Rouge, while in the game he ran all the way to her while the Green Chaos Emerald was put into the Eclipse Cannon prior to the attack. From episode 36, there's a lot of differences. Sonic was alone as he viewed Eggman firing the Eclipse Cannon from Space Colony Arc in the episode, while in the game he viewed it together with Tails and Amy. In the episode, though, Tails and Amy were together on the X-Tornado during this event. Eggman gives the President 12 hours for a response to the Doctor's threat instead of 24 hours like he did in the game. Sonic and Tails do not interrupt Eggman's threats to the President in the episode like they did in the game. However, Shadow, Rouge, and Eggman do not attempt to confront Sonic and his friends when the heroes are headed to Eggman's desert base in the episode as they did in the game. Instead, they remained at Space Colony Arc throughout the entire episode. In the episode, Bocon activates the Egg Golem instead of Eggman in the game. The Egg Golem is operable with a remote control in the episode, whereas no such device was seen for its game counterpart, which it would have seen that it operated on its own accord under Eggman's command. The locked door leading to the shuttle room of Eggman's pyramid base was destroyed by the Egg Golem's punch in the episode instead of opening it with keys found by Knuckles in the game, which only occurred prior to the hero's confrontation with the Egg Golem. The Egg Golem is not destroyed in the episode like it was in the game. It would be seen again 2 episodes later. In the episode, Tails does not visit Eggman's desert base until the heroes dealt with the Egg Golem and found the base's shuttle room while in the game. Tails accompanied with the rest of the heroes in the entirety of their visit at the desert base. In the episode, both Sonic and Knuckles fought against the Egg Golem, whereas in the game, Sonic does so himself, while Knuckles fought against King Boom Boom.
For episode 37, when Knuckles takes over the shuttle, he notices the Master Emerald nearby instead of the Master Emerald shards leaving the cargo bay. Eggman confronts Sonic, Tails, and Amy together for the final Chaos Emerald. In the episode, instead of just Tails and Amy in Sonic Adventure 2, whereas Eggman told Tails for Sonic, who has gone ahead to look for the Eclipse Cannon to meet them. When Eggman defends Sonic and company for the remaining Chaos Emerald, Eggman threatened to squeeze Amy with a giant claw contraption in the episode instead of pointing a gun at her in the game. Eggman and Tails did not fight each other with their respective mechs in the episode, unlike in the game. In the episode, Sonic fought Shadow in an interior area of the Space Colony Ark, while in the game, they fought outside of the Ark.
And as for episode 38, in Sonic Adventure 2, Amy Rose is the one that convinces Shadow to help them, while Chris is the one who convinces Shadow in the episode. Rich the Bat is the one to read Professor Gerald's diary in the game, while Chris is the one that reads Professor Gerald's diary in the episode. And the Bio-Lizard and the Final Hazard are called the Bio-Lizard and Final Lizard, respectively, in this episode. Sonic gives one of Shadow's limiters to Rouge in the game, while the ring is given to Chris in the episode. In the game, Super Sonic and Super Shadow say Chaos Control at the same time, while in the episode, Shadow says Chaos and Sonic says Control in order to perform this power at the same time. Super Sonic and Super Shadow killed the Final Lizard by dashing through his life support system, where in the game, they attacked its blisters. Gerald Robotnik's execution by a firing squad made it a little bit more explicit in the Japanese version of the episode, and to a lesser extent in the English dub. But he had gunfire being heard right after his rant, as well as guns officer's order. In the game, such as was never directly indicated, though it was strongly implied by the man interviewing him saying ready, after Robotnik acknowledged he had nothing else to say. So this is gonna be the second spoiler alert in one video. Eventually, Eggman discovered that the heroes had the 7th Chaos Emerald and stole it to harness the full power of the Eclipse Cannon, but this triggered a new program devised by Gerald Robotnik, who had planned to collide the Space Colony Ark with Earth in order to seek vengeance at all the humans when the 7 Chaos Emeralds are used in the Eclipse Cannon. Sonic and his friends and Eggman set aside their differences, and in order to prevent this doomsday by disabling all of the Chaos Emerald's energy, Shadow was reluctant to help the heroes, but was convinced by Chris to remember Maria's true purpose and aided the heroes in distracting the Bio-Lizard that attacked Sonic and his friends, allowing Knuckles to nullify the Chaos Emeralds with Master Emerald. But the doomsday was not over yet, as the Bio-Lizard merged with the Ark, determined to keep its full collision on course. Sonic and Shadow used the emeralds to transform into Super Sonic and Super Shadow, and together they defeated the Bio-Lizard, then noticed the Final Lizard, and teleported the Ark back to its spot, saving the world from doomsday. This, however, costed the life of Shadow, and everyone remembered him for being a hero. And the spoilers again. But Shadow survived, but Eggman rescued him from falling, but has amnesia in the process and was put into eternal stasis to recover. We'll get to that when we talk about Season 3, the Metarex Saga. It was a fantastic arc, taken from the best 2 Sonic games on the Dreamcast.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
This video is a pain more than it should have, so I'm splitting it into 2 parts.